Hey, good morning, guys. Out here in the beaver water. Got some permission to trap beaver out here, and I'm gonna try to get 3 traps put in this morning. Got a list of things that's piling up to get done before the holidays, before Christmas, so gonna try to get some beaver meat too, added to the list. But just walking around doing a little bit of scouting, finding some really good blind sets that I'm gonna put in. I'll show you them. They're right over here. And then a really active slide that I'm gonna see about putting a drowning set on if there's enough water. So I'll get you turned around and get you kind of used to the area that I'm trapping here. So around the corner to the left is the dam and the food pile, kind of in the cave that I showed earlier. Then the creek kind of does a gentle bend here, and then there's a bunch of trash over on the other side. But here is a very active run, as you can tell with how wet it is, or slide I guess it would be. Here's a very active slide that the beavers are using, super wet. It's got tracks all over it. And what I'm looking for, obviously a lot of feed sticks down here. What I'm looking for is something I'm not finding, and that's a place to get a drowner cable in. Problem is we got all this deadfall down here. But what I might be able to do is get a 330, dig it out a little bit with a shovel, and get a 330 right there at the end of that slide. So that's a spot. And then we'll kind of go over here and have a look for some other spots here. Look at that big slide over there, and then I had to crawl over all this crap. But kind of the most active chewings that I'm seeing are on this big deadfall. We got another slide. So what I think I'm gonna do, I didn't bring enough traps for it, but I'll choose one of them that looks the most used, and I'll put a 330 on it, because again, I just don't have enough water here to drown them. So we're gonna use those conibears. So I'm gonna go get 2 traps that I brought, get them set on either side kind of this big tree here where they're eating, and get them in the water, guys. This is gonna be a weird camera angle, but it's what we got. So gonna get this trap set, guys. Get these safeties off here, push them out of the way. Let's get them. Hard to get in with the gravel. Smaller stick, pointier stick. There's one. Now I'm gonna gracefully climb over to the other side here, grab another stick, preferably a sharp pointed one. This one looks good. Gracefully climb. There we go. And let's get this other side set. I only show my best angle on camera. It's not perfect, but what I can do is throw a couple blocking sticks in here. I assume they're still going to travel down this area right here. I just don't have enough traps, so I'm gonna make it where it's not really advantageous for them to do so, and hopefully they'll cross over and go in there. So we'll get this thing cleaned up a little bit more, anchor it off, tie it off, and all right, one last look here at this set, if we can. Oh, that's a way better angle. Sorry, guys. So, conibear 330, some blocking sticks left and right, and that's what I assume and what I assess is the most active kind of run slide up here. To the left, I'm gonna clear out that little bit of brush, and then we'll kind of see which one they hit. And if I've noticed that they're kind of bypassing my set here, I have no issues putting another 330 right here and catching that movement. So anyway, I'll get that cleaned up. We're gonna move off to the other side of the creek and hit that steep slide coming in and out. What we got here, guys, is a Big old steep slide coming in and out. Super wet, super fresh. And a bonus plastic bag. We'll take that. So what we're gonna do is kind of prep this area a little bit here. Doesn't need much. It looks really good actually, but I'm just gonna dig it out just a little bit to make sure my conibear is looking sweet. If there wasn't a bunch of deadfall here, guys, I would have a drowning set in a heartbeat. And I probably could make it work, but I'm committed to the 330. So that's what we're gonna do. It's nice to see mud over here instead of dang gravel. It's hard sitting in gravel. If anyone has any recommendations, I'm definitely all ears on that. I have a lot of gravel around here. And a tangled chain. There we go. So, let's get this sucker set on an active slide, shall we? These are all kind of blind sets, you know, no bait, no lure, just putting them in with these old 330s. So let's see how this is gonna sit here. Because they kind of come down and then do this steep turn, and I want to square it off on that turn. I just need to get it a little bit deeper in the water to make sure that these jaws are hitting. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be phenomenal. So, and let's get some sticks. Which one? This one looks good. Kind of nice how that one dropped in there. That was very refreshing. Chew sticks on the dam, and I didn't save any from last year, so I use what I have. I love that. That's it. Might throw a few blocking sticks in here just to make sure they don't kind of bypass what I'm trying to do. Like that guy right there, and got a nice root wad over here anyway, so everything's good. Clear out this crap. Maybe a little bit of camouflage, and we'll tie it off with this chain onto a big old stick. Should have done it the other way, but I didn't, and that's okay. So I'll get this thing tied off and anchored. A little bit of camouflage, and I'll show you when we're all done. All right, well, final set here. Got another 330 conibear set up beautifully on a slide. I think this one's gonna catch just fine, guys. Got a lot of good fresh beaver sign here. Chewing sticks everywhere. It's kind of muddy now. There's poop all in that deep water, and fresh activity on both sides of this creek here with the dam, you know, a good 100 meters or so, 7,500 meters around the bend. So this is where they're hanging out, no doubt about it. Got chewings up here, all in here, all over there, and a big old stuff pile, whatever it's called, kind of at the point of this deadfall. So this is where I imagine catches will be made. Feels good to be putting sets back out, guys, for sure. With as much water as in here and sign that I'm seeing, I'm kind of hoping we get an otter too. That'd be very cool. I know there's muskrat because I've seen where they're kind of jumping into holes in the sides of the creeks and stuff, and I'm not really going after them right now. Excuse me. But we got some good beaver sets in, only 2 of them so far. Might try to find a place for a drowning set. But anyway, we'll see you guys on tomorrow's check.